break. A lot of activities going on over here. I don't like. Let me tell y'all this, man. I have not done nothing wrong to nobody. Once you open your mouth and you tell the truth, you better be ready for the consequences of those that feeling that it hurt. You know what I mean? Let me get it up close. Let's see. Darkness. Yeah, I got people just standing in corners, just out of place, weirdness going on. That's cause I tell it from a different point of view. You feel me? They ain't used to a nigga like me. They just used to yes a monster. Nigga, I'm not even the house nigga or the film nigga. Honestly, I'm really not even neither or. I never heard of such terms until I came out here. I never even knew people like that exist. So when people be like, I'm not the house nigga, I'm not the fielder, I'm the nigga that ran away, nigga, I never had to run. I really didn't. So you just dealing with a different kind of mindset. It could be ignorance at first, then you get to understand, like, oh shit, this nigga know. Now I know about the field nigga and the house nigga and what they went through. You feel me? But I still have my own knowledge. You feel me? I'm just a black nigga, right? I mean, think of it like this, right? People be like, you got the field nigga, you got the house nigga, you got the nigga that ran away. But yeah, they never talk about the slave, the head nigga in charge and the slave master. All these people have different form of thinking. You see, the head nigga in charge is like a house nigga himself. He's in charge of the rest of the other slaves that's in the field, and he's the one he's like a Samuel L. Jackson in the Django. Beautiful part he played. That's the character of Samuel L. Jackson, the head nigga in charge, the nigga that get mad when he says, Master said, my property, our property. Master said, I feel a little sick. I'm sick too, Master. That kind of nigga, you feel me? That's the mindset, you feel me? He does not want Master to let him go. Like, Master said bend over, he will do it. Whatever it takes for him to keep that position. Then you have the house nigga, a regular house nigga that work in the house and everything else. Like, he just feels so happy to be in the house, working in the house. He get to eat master crumbs and everything else like that. You feel me? He gets to hear all the gossip firsthand. You know what I mean? He know most of Master's laundry, bad laundry, and everything else like that. He's the one that's usually. He has his advantage. He or she has its advantage and disadvantage. He or she has its advantage or disadvantage. One thing is that we can use a house nigga to get the most information and be like, okay, what's going on in there? Get a little more information about Master, how to act and how to behave if you're in that kind of situation. The other disadvantage is that he's not working as hard as the field nigga, you feel me? So a person like that would be much more, it's more like, get off my porch, and the Master, like, they always quick to react for Master and shit like that. Field nigga can't never come and sit on that porch or He said, "Get off my lawn, nigga." That's the black nigga said it. Master don't even have to say it no more. Master said it one time. So you feel me? That's the house nigga. Then you got the field nigga, the nigga that's Kuta Kinte and them niggas, like Shaka Zulu and them. The nigga that has been captured against his will. He's mad that he couldn't even. He try to run away every chance he get. He's the nigga that they have to chop his foot off just so he can stay put. He's the nigga that every chance he get, he's gone. He's the nigga that more likely to fuck the wife of the slave master or the slave daughter. You feel me? He's really crazy. He's a little wild. Like the field nigga is a wild nigga. You feel me? And there's also another side of the field nigga. Just like the other side of the field niggas, the nigga that continues to run away. And that's what people are trying to differentiate now. Imagine, all right, now you have that. Then you also have the slave master who feels the need. They basically feel compelled. Like, this is how things are supposed to be. You feel me? Like, it's more like a right to path. It's like almost arrogant. You feel me? I only call it an arrogant act because it's like there is something wrong, but yet you refuse to see the problem because it has nothing to do with you. You feel me? In reality, everybody wants to be in that position, but not as in a slave master. You can take the slave out and just be a master where you have people working underneath you, because everybody wants to be in a position of a leadership. So there was nothing eventually wrong with that title until you add slave to it. You feel me? Then you have that's a slave master. That was the thing that was wrong with the slave master. So the slave master was wicked in his ways, was delusional, and refused to see where the problem is at. Even up to this day, his kids have taken the disease of his mentalness. You feel me? Because sometimes the way you think, you can have a detrimental effect on the people that you raise and that follow your ideology, they will have a mental disease just like you have, because you refuse to see it beyond what it was. Because the slave master actually thought that it was a way of life, and when things didn't work out anymore, he wanted to segregate, and he wanted to be Jim Crow law and everything else. You can't sit here, you can't sit there. It was still trying to hold on to something that was not there anymore, and that's what it does today too. Systematic racism, or the mental racism and everything of like the right to path. You feel me? Trying to say this is my constitution, that is not your constitution. Always being divisive. You feel me? Like putting people in categories. Always still trying to have his hand on the button and everything else like that. Thinking somebody is supposed to like when somebody come on the bus, it's courtesy for me to get up and let an old lady sit down. Master really think when he comes on the bus, like I'm like nigga get up type shit like that. Like he feel like that's his right to path. You feel me? And that's that mentality right there. Then you have a nigga like me. I never experienced none of this shit. I ain't meet people like this. You feel me? It becomes, your mind can be contaminated by being around people or just different kinds of things like that. All these characters were just created for a system, to make a system work. It was an ideology that was manifested into reality, and the people that was put into playing part were cruelly harmed into that position. Even the slave master too had to look at what he did to his children after that. I mean, look at the shit that we got to deal with after. Even when we wake up, we still got to deal with them because they play in a position where nobody would want to give up. You're gonna have to strip this shit away from me. I can't get this shit too good. You feel? I understand. But I never went through none of that stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't call it privilege. You feel me? Because there was a lot of common sense that was I was raised with. I was raised by 2 grandmothers. You feel me? So there was a lot of wisdom that was put into me within that perspective. You feel me? I didn't really have to worry about. Oh, that's a nice color. I didn't really have to. That's a nice color. That's a nice color. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really have to worry about me being a slave in any form or shape, or me coming from a slave in any form or shape. You feel me? It was something that we didn't even speak about. Our Independence Day was as far as it goes. Yeah, that's a nice color. Our Independence Day was as far as it goes. Like, yeah, I mean, my country was the first country in Africa to have its independence. What's his name? The Pan-Africanism, the whole idea of Pan-Africanism was established when my country had its independence, because the W.B. Boyson actually moved from the United States and stayed in my country for the rest of his life. He's even buried in my country, and he's the founder of the NAACP, whatever they call that shit, NAACP. You know, the Negro for color people and everything else like that. He is the founder of that. He actually moved to my country. Him and the first president of my country came together and everything else, got the paperwork and everything else, and we got our first independence through that. So we already started with a lot of knowledge already, you feel me? So it's like it's embedded in us already. Like, all you gotta do is just lay in the sun and that shit get activated. Feel me? And you got the Nigerians over there too, who's also a great civilization. So most of the time, we didn't really have to worry about none of these stuff. Know what I mean? And this is also pertaining. This is gonna be, the topic is basically pertaining to Black History Month and everything else like that. So, but when I hear people on YouTube describing themselves and they're describing others, like he just a house nigga, I'm a runaway nigga, and I'm like, nah, you not none. We are not none of those. No, we not. It was a stain that we have already overcame. We overcame that a long time ago. I know it was just 400 years ago, but it was just a stain, my nigga. It was like a mud that you just brushed off, excuse me. Feel me? It was a false identity that was placed upon us, and we're not supposed to identify with such claims. Yeah? Please don't. So I'm not a field nigga. I'm not a house nigga. I'm not a runaway nigga. I'm not even a nigga. I'm not. I'm the man that they had to come to build new worlds. I am the creator. You feel me? Think of it in that aspect. You feel me? We are the people that they had to travel across a whole nother sea just to they pass other people just to come steal us so we can build a world. That's how special we are. Believe that, nigga. Now that's the nigga that you are. You a creator. You are the builder. You are the Omega and the Alpha. I'm back. I'm about to go back to work. Hey. That's who you are. You feel me? That's who I am. I ain't a house nigga. I ain't no field nigga. I ain't none of them niggas. I'm not a slave. I was enslaved. You feel me? There's a big difference. I'm